Hello everybody. So you can expect a few MicroStrategy videos today. This is earnings day, and of course I can't wait for markets closing in 40 minutes. But we got some news. We got a press release talking about a rebranding of MicroStrategy to Strategy, quite simply. And so I'm going to tell you what I think about that. You can see they dropped the red and they moved to orange, but not quite the orange of Bitcoin, a slightly darker orange. They got a new website. If you go on MicroStrategy, you can see the new website. It's now called Strategy. When you type Strategy on Google, they're number one, so they must have a really high page rank. This is understandable. This is a pretty old website that's been out there. And what do they say in the press release? Well, it's simply going to be known as Strategy, aka a Bitcoin treasury strategy, and they're going to do both AI and BI and the legacy business, and they're going to try to find a way to make Bitcoin work with the legacy business. Note how in the press release they acknowledge that they make the Nasdaq 100. This is one of the few times that I've seen Saylor acknowledge that, and they're proud of that. They're proud to be in the Nasdaq 100. It's a sign that you're becoming a top company, and that they are, given the market cap. But they have its brand simplification. It's true that the micro never really made any sense. They even had a subsidiary called MicroStrategy. So you had MicroStrategy and MicroStrategy. They will be known as Strategy going forward. I'll keep using both names for a while on the channel. I want to point out that I almost like, if you look at the top of the page, they just have a B, a little B on a darker orange, and I like this perhaps even better as just the StrategyB, but they're going to be known as Strategy. Now, it seems weird, maybe, and sure, the first 30 minutes I heard of it, it seemed weird, but I now seem to like it quite a bit more, because if you look at the companies, the pool of companies that they want to be identified as, let's take big tech, they all tend to have very simple names. Apple, people forget that it used to be a fruit, but anyways, Tesla, right? Someone's last name. Google, a long number with 100 zeros. Amazon, people forget it used to be a forest. Well, Strategy, perhaps people will forget it used to be a term about a war and chess. Well, now it's Strategy of a company of MicroStrategy, a company of Michael Saylor. So I like that very much. I also like that they are emphasizing the token. So many stocks, especially in the crypto world, are moving towards this token, this way to communicate. And so the B like that in a slightly darker orange will work out, in my view. They are moving away from the red. If you look at even companies, there's often companies that use regular words like Salesforce, Workday, Paychecks. These may also be good companies to understand strategy within the context of that. Another thing that they launched is the merch store, and it's easy to dismiss these things, but we live in a crypto world. We live in a world where people show up on podcasts. They like to display their gear in the streets, and so again, dismissing the Tesla store, but the Tesla store, how do you create brand awareness? How many people do you see with Tesla hats, Tesla shirts, Tesla this, Tesla that? This is part of that strategy of branding, is you want to create some of these products. I don't think they're going to make any money on that. I saw a MicroStrategy, a strategy mug for $10 for a mug. This is not going to be a money maker. This is part of the brand building. And if you see a strategy ad, people look at it, people look it up. Don't forget, MicroStrategy is a stock, but it's also a hybrid with the crypto world, with the Bitcoin world. And so this world reacts to things like this, which would seem silly for a company like, say, a 3M or whatever. One thing I noticed, though, that's the little Bitcoin sign here. So if you click on Bitcoin, it takes you on this new calculator. Well, they might have had it in some way from a website, but it links you to this calculator where you can go ahead and assess the Bitcoin strategy and assess how the risk-adjusted returns look for strategy and MicroStrategy if you end up selecting MicroStrategy in there. So that's a nice touch. That's a nice addition. They do apparel, accessories, gear, software, and Bitcoin. And lastly, about this evening, I don't expect enormous movements. This stock tends to trade in line with the price of Bitcoin, so I don't expect tremendous movement. If anything, the market will be sensitive to whether they report the gap earnings or whether they keep the old accounting. Remember, it's their Q4, so they could report major earnings, but I believe they will wait until Q1 to do that. It seems to be the consensus in the community. So I look forward, though, to the call. The call, in my view, is going to be the big thing. Is going to be the call, and I look forward to listening to the call. So let me get back to getting ready to listen to the call. Expect another MicroStrategy video today or tomorrow morning. Thank you so much for watching. This was not investment advice. This is not financial advice. Hoping you were entertained. Please like, please subscribe, follow me on X, follow me on Patreon, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.